a great day it is! Welcome back again to our channel, Laptop Lifestyler, where we make your lifestyle easy. The topic of today's video is how to get rid of hard inquiries within 24 hours, and we'll answer that issue in the video. Yes, Laptop Lifestyler, you heard it correctly. Do you need to raise your credit score as soon as possible, but all of your inquiries are bringing your score down with it? No need to feel alone. We will guide you through the process of getting those pesky debt collectors to remove themselves from your credit report, allowing you to build the credit score you desire. Let's get into business right away. In this section, we'll show you the real deal on how to complete this task successfully. The advice we received from our mentor has proven to be effective. In order to avoid having your credit score flagged, we will now share with you the most common snare that you should avoid at all costs. We'll tell you how to avoid this happening to you. And last but not least, if you stick around until the end, we'll share with you a trick that we learned this year that is working like magic. In this case, personal credit is being discussed. You're probably aware that hard inquiries are detrimental to your credit score if you're watching this video. But when it comes to personal credit, some of you may be aware of the situation, while others may not, and we're going to explain it to you in greater detail. Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian are the three credit bureaus that handle personal credit. Each of these credit bureaus has its own set of rules and regulations. Each of these companies will report all of the information that is received from different lenders, and they will use this information to compile a score for you. Almost all of your trade lines, such as your credit cards, mortgages, auto loans, and even student loans, will be reported on your personal credit report, and your credit score will be calculated based on how well you've paid those people, how well you've managed your accounts, and the different types of accounts that you currently have. Most people are completely unaware of how credit works, which makes this an absurd situation. Most people would never be able to tell you how to get a perfect credit score because it is a proprietary model that these companies use, and they would never share it with you. It's a crazy algorithm that none of us are completely familiar with, but we have learned so much over the years that we can give you some tips and tricks, especially on how to get those inquiries moved and how to maintain a very good personal credit score no matter what your situation is. As a result, let's get down to business. As a first step, and since we're talking about removing hard inquiries, it's important to understand the difference between hard inquiries and soft inquiries. Some of you, if you're watching this video or listening to this, may be already familiar with the term hard inquiry. But for those of us who aren't, we'll quickly explain what it means. In other words, when you apply for credit with a company, whether it's for an auto loan, a credit card, or anything else, if they pull your entire credit report, it will result in a hard inquiry on your credit report. What are soft inquiries? The term soft inquiry refers to when you or someone you authorize, such as a potential employer, analyzes your credit report without your knowledge or authorization. They can also occur when a corporation, such as a credit card issuer or a mortgage lender, examines your credit in order to pre-approve you for a loan or other financial product. What are hard inquiries? The term hard pull or hard inquiries refers to the process of applying for a new line of credit, such as a credit card or loan that involves a hard inquiry. When a creditor requests to review your credit file, it signifies that the creditor is attempting to establish how much risk you offer as a borrower. Hard inquiries appear on your credit record and have the potential to lower your credit score. Say, for example, when you would go to Experian, TransUnion, or Equifax and say, "Hey, we want to see Jane Doe's credit," and make sure and see if she applies. It will show up in a section on your credit report as an increase, and those are hard increases to get rid of. However, if someone simply checks your credit profile without pulling your complete credit report, this is referred to as a soft inquiry. This means that they did not pull your complete credit report. They did not have your complete social security number, and it did not result in an increase in your credit score. In a soft pull, you can get approved for loans for credit cards and a variety of other things without triggering a hard inquiry on your credit report in many cases. We call this a soft pull because there are numerous companies that will perform this test to determine whether or not you qualify and then provide loans or proceeds as a result of the results. Occasionally, they'll do a soft pull to indicate that, hey, it does appear that you're pre-qualified, and then do a full pull to confirm that they're right. In addition, there are companies that never conduct a hard inquiry. Instead, they will use the soft pull, that credit inquiry, and your profile in order to determine if you meet their general guidelines, and then lend to you on the basis of that determination. However, we are talking about hard inquiries. In order to help you better understand hard inquiries, allow me to share some information with you about hard inquiries that you should be aware of when dealing with them. One of the reasons why so many people are concerned is that having too many inquiries on your credit report can cause your credit score to drop, making it difficult to obtain credit in the future. To give you an example, we'll tell you about a secret rule that most people are unaware of, which is known as the 5-2-4 rule. This means that certain companies such as Chase don't want you to have more than 5 credit inquiries in the last 24 months. And if you have more than 5, they may reject your application outright. Having too many inquiries on your credit report can be extremely detrimental to you because they will not lend to you anything. Additionally, if you go to buy a car, for example, and you go into the car dealership, they will shop your credit report to all of these different lenders to see who will lend you money for the car, which can result in a slew of hard inquiries being placed on your credit report. Unfortunately, you can expect to lose approximately 5 points for each and every hard inquiry that you have where you are not approved for the loan that you submit for review. The fact that they know whether you were approved or not is no longer a question. They simply know. This is exactly what they do, and as a result, you will see your score rise by 5 points on average. We'll share with you a story that happened to our mentor a few years ago when he went into a car dealership to buy a car, and the salespeople shopped his car. They shopped his credit around to all of these different lenders, and he ended up losing 35 points on his credit report as a result of their efforts. The importance of this cannot be overemphasized. Take, for example, a 700-point credit score. Guys, that is a significant amount of points deducted from your credit score. You're now in the 660s as a result of this. The fact is that you're not even in the upper echelon of credit. You should have a credit score in the 700 plus range, or at the very least in the 6/8 range. And he literally went into a car dealership with a credit score of over 700 and left with a credit score of less than 680. When this happened to our mentor, it was a devastating experience. So allow us to share with you the method that our mentor taught us to use to remove those pesky negative items from your credit report. Make sure you hit like in this video before moving on. You should subscribe to our channel and click that little notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of the content that we are bringing to you. If you enjoy this content, we are spilling all the beans with you. Most importantly, because this is a very important video, please make sure that you are sharing it with everyone you know, as this is information that everyone should be aware of in order for us to win this credit game. Let's talk about how we are going to get those things taken care of. Because the process is a little complicated, let us discuss the matter at hand comprehensively. It's completely free, so no worries. Here is what our mentor did. It's something you can complete on your own without having to pay someone else to do it for you. So let's start with a concept that you should be familiar with when it comes to increasing your chances of success. You should be aware that the burden of proof lies with the person who reported the information. For example, if someone reports that they have received an inquiry, the onus of proving that is you and your credit report, and that the one who has the authority to pull your credit is on the person who reports the inquiry. Consider for a moment that there is a way that if you feel that you shouldn't have all of these inquiries, you feel that you don't recall them, you feel that these are not yours, you feel that these are not justified, whatever the situation is, you can go ahead and write a letter to have those inquiries removed. Be careful, because we are going to tell you exactly where to get the letter and how to send it. So be cautious before you proceed. You must first complete a couple of tasks, which we will explain in greater detail later on. As previously stated, the lender bears the burden of proving that the inquiry was placed and that the information was reported. You must be aware of this, as well as what happens next, because you must be aware of how we navigate around the game when you dispute that you wish to have these inquiries deleted. You're not directly disputing with a lender, and you're not going to say, "Hey Chase, please remove that inquiry from your records." The first step will be to contact the credit bureaus, whether it's Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, depending on where the inquiry is located. You will need to write a letter in order to have those inquiries removed. Before you send that letter to those 3 credit bureaus to request that those inquiries be removed, you must first ensure that the information on which they will be checking is not available for them to check. In order to determine if the information you've provided is accurate, the real secret is that those 3 lands, those 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, usually check with Akamai and a couple of other companies to see if you're providing accurate information. It's called SageStream, and you can access it for absolutely no charge. SageStream allows you to completely eliminate the risk of others accessing your information by letting them freeze your account and credit report with them. This service is completely free for you. After that, there is LexisNexis, a company that reports all of the public information. They actually do criminal reports, credit reports, and all different types of background checks to ensure that people are who they claim to be. And you can freeze your account with them if you want to be extra cautious. That means that if you send this letter as soon as you can, they won't be able to access or verify any of the information you provide. If you want to freeze those accounts, this is how you can quickly and easily get these hard inquiries removed from your records. There is a website for the Fair Credit Act that will direct you to the appropriate department. This is done through the government, specifically the United States government, and they have a letter that you can use to dispute anything on your credit report that you believe is inaccurate or incorrect. This letter is required by law under Section 604, and it is this letter that will be sent to the credit bureaus in order for those inquiries to be disputed or removed from your credit report. It's as simple as that. If they are unable to verify them, however, you must ensure that the Form 604 is sent via USPS mail, the United States Postal Service, and that it is also sent certified mail to avoid any delays. In addition, you should avoid signing the letter. This is not a document that should be signed and sent by the author. You want to include your name, your contact information, and other accounts that you're disputing in the letter. And you don't want them to sign it because you don't want them to have your signature on file in the first place. In that case, you submit the letter, and if they are unable to verify that the inquiries were indeed initiated by you, they will have to be deleted from your credit report. That is all there is to it. Gentlemen, we've spilled the beans on our conversation today. It's true that we have created a checklist in its entirety. Please take advantage of this simple little resource, which is provided completely free of charge for you. We simply want to ensure that you have all of the resources, all of the tools, and all of the knowledge that you require in order to be successful in your endeavors to achieve success in your ventures. You should consider whether or not you should take out that car loan right away. What's the harm in trying? What a great lesson for the day. Who would have known you have the power to do it in less than 24 hours? Submit that letter now. Thank you for tuning in, Laptop Lifestyler. If you have inquiries about your credit scores, let us know in the comments section. We'd be more than grateful to answer them for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and ping that notification bell to get yourself notified when we release a new video. See you next time. This is Laptop Lifestyler over and out.